Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Makakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor campaign, Greenwood, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth. Lord willing, it can be edifying. And something smells real fishy about this. All right, and it's, kind of right on time. All right, getting right into it from zeroheads.com. It says U.S. water systems targeted by Iran linked cyber attacks in multiple states. And how fitting, right now you have Israel going to war with Palestine and going to war pretty much with Lebanon, all right, which has a proxy army called Hezbollah, all right, which is pretty much funded by Iran. And we know that just recently, the United States Congress pretty much put in a bill, a House resolution, basically to deter Iran by any means necessary to becoming a nuclear power, all right, because Iran is one of America's enemies, all right, just like Russia and just like China. And we know Iran is going to be aided by Russia, according to the scriptures. So right now, we see that they've already pretty much painted Russia and China as boogeymen, so to speak, all right, as threats. Same thing with North Korea, and Iran is another one. All right, when you hear about potential cyber attacks, they usually speak about Russia or a cyber attack from China, and now they're throwing Iran in there. All right, so now they have multiple options as far as how they can go about bringing in these next stages of prophecy by way of, cutting the water supply, cutting the electric grid. All right, if you remember, like last year, year before last, I believe it was last year. No, it might have been a couple years ago when there was a cyber attack by way of Russian link groups, a Russian link group on the a gas line or something, and it made the price of gas shoot up. So they have these different things in their arsenal. All right, and I truly believe Esau would do this shit himself, and so he can, it gives him a way to have a scapegoat by him having these enemies, so they can point it at Iran and say, oh, they're backed by Hamas, or they're backing Hamas, and everybody already has that stigma toward Hamas. So they could take this, in multiple directions, but it's very fitting that they're bringing this up now, speaking about the water system. And even the water infrastructure being attacked, could have lasting effects, man. All right, we don't know exactly what's going to happen or when, but we know something devastating is going to have to happen, all right, for the next stage of prophecies to come to pass. The scriptures speak about a time like no other time. All right, so you might not have electricity, you might not have running water, and it's going to be so intensified because these people have not learned to live without these things, man. All right, these are basic necessities of life, especially in a first world country like America, Babylon the Great. Most people don't know what it's like to miss meals or not have running water. All right, these other countries, they know how to go and, they go to a well 2.5 miles away just to get some clean water. These Americans, they're in for a rude awakening. All right, but this is what they have going on. It says multiple federal agencies are warning that Iran-linked hackers have been targeting U.S. water systems and other industries that use programmable logic controllers, or PLC, made by Israeli firm Unitronics, as the Israel-Hamas war simmers in the background. Hackers affiliated with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, have engaged in malicious cyber activity targeting PLC operational technology devices used in the U.S. water and waste systems sector, and in other industries including energy, food, beverage, and manufacturing since at least November 22nd, the agency said on a December 1st alert. So you see how they're lining this up, man. And right now it might be the water, but hey, soon it could be the banking system, man. Everybody money fucking disappears. All right, either way, they have different scapegoats that they could use, man. All right, on the more religious base, all right, they could definitely try to blame something on Iran, all right, especially with their ties to Hamas and Hezbollah, right? It says the agency that issued the warning include include the FBI, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or CISA, and the National Security Agency, NSA, with the Israel National Cyber Directorate, INCD, joining in the advisory. The IRGC-linked cyber attack group, known variously as Cyber Avengers, or Cyber, that you see the different variations of how it's spelled, has been compromising default credentials in Unitronics devices since at least November 22nd, the agency said. After hacking the PLC devices in multiple states, Cyber Avengers left the following defacement message: "You have been hacked. Down with Israel. Every equipment made in Israel is Cyber Avengers' legal target." The cyber group has claimed responsibility for numerous attacks against, and that sounds weird anyway, they call them the Cyber Avengers. It says the cyber group has claimed responsibility for numerous attacks. And that's another thing. If it, why would they take claim of it? Why not just be, anonymous, so to speak, where people don't know and they're scrambling. They come out and say, we did it. That's why it doesn't really make sense. But it gives this media a way to pinpoint who it is, pinpoint who it is that these people should be hating, to get behind going to war with Iran, to get behind going to war with Russia, or to get behind going to war with China. It says the cyber group has claimed responsibility for numerous attacks on critical infrastructure in Israel starting in 2020. It has recently turned its attention. What? All right, I'll be in there in a minute. Close the door. Salakia. It says the cyber group has claimed responsibility for numerous attacks against critical infrastructure in Israel starting in 2020. It has recently turned its attention to targets in the United States, a key ally of Israel as it battles the Hamas terror group, you see, in response to the October 7 attacks against Israel. So, it's going into their history. And once again, they're linking Israel or Iran with Hamas. All right, everybody's familiar with Hamas now, and so they can link that shit, man. All right, but they're saying they're pretty much attacking, they're targeting U.S. water systems, man. All right, right now it could be the water, soon it could be the electric grid, soon it could be the banking system, man. All right, we don't know how it's going to work out, but something smells fishy. They're up to something, man. And because they're up to something, we're watching. We're not ignorant. And that's the first scripture I wanted to get, 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. As always, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant. All right, we're watching. All right, these people, they don't know what the fuck's going on. But we see these things and we sound the alarm, man. We're like, hey, be careful. They got something up their sleeve, man. And we know that they're going to, more than likely, and I speak as a man, but I believe that they'll bring down the grid themselves to blame, so it can be on a more controlled factor, so that they can blame whoever they want to blame. All right, so they don't have to take the blame for these people, people dying. All right, so that when they come in with a solution, they're actually seen as the good guys, the government, man, because we know they're going to push that RFID micro C-hip, man. They're going to push the MOTB. And people are going to accept it as a form of salvation, all right, from the tyranny and from the carnage, all right, and from the calamity that's going on that the Lord is going to bring. They're going to try to swoop in as the good guys, man. They're going to use deceit, all right, and that's what we see, all right. When we're working, the scripture say, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the times because the days are evil. We're coming into an evil time, man. We're watching. We know Jacob's trouble is coming. Let's go ahead and grab that. Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 4. And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah, the northern and the southern kingdom. All right, because it's not just going to be for Negroes, so-called Negroes. It's going to be so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, hey, across the world, but mainly the focal point is going to be here in America, Babylon the Great, man. The scriptures speak about a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, man. It says, verse 5, for thus said the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turning to paleness. And what can cause this, man? All right, the scripture's going to speak about, there never been a time like this, man. We went through slavery. We went through 70 AD. All right, we went through all type of persecution. All right, being slaughtered. Gad being slaughtered by the millions, man. And this time is going to surpass that. So think about how bad it's going to be. We know Esau got something up his sleeve, but it's all being controlled by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The Lord is going to allow Jacob's trouble to come, and that's going to be a major testing period, but also judgment upon you people. All right, starvation is going to set in. All right, the average person, if they attack the water grid, the average person can only go like 3 days without water, man. All right, and people can get disorderly quick. There's going to be looting for bottles of water and all that shit. Because they'll start selling it, then they'll sell them at higher prices, and then people just going to start taking the shit, man. And that's just the water, man. Water and the food is going to, all that's going to be a domino effect, man. So what's going to happen to where, these people are going to these men are going to be as women. All right, meaning, they're going to be like, you see a video, and you hear, see a video of somebody shooting, and the women be screaming, That's how the men are going to be. All right, the Lord, I did a video yesterday, man. You people are going to learn to fear the Lord. All right, the Lord is he's the king of terrors. That's one of his titles. The king of terrors, and he got some terrors for your ass, man. Shutting the lights off. All right, he did it back in Egypt. All right, there's nothing new under the sun, man. The Lord said he would smite Egypt with plagues as before. All right, it will be nothing for the Lord to cut the lights out in this place. And we will be even more crippled. All right, speaking about these Americans, they will be even more crippled because they're not used to going without. They're not used to going weeks or days or weeks without electricity or without running water. All right, watch that movie American Blackout. People after 3-4 days, they was getting disorderly, man. Verse 7, it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, and that he is the elect. All right, the Lord is going to provide a way for us to be okay. He's going to provide a way for his elect. We're not going to be downtrodden like you people. The Lord said, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but you shall be thirsty, man. And we've seen many, many times again how the Lord has come through in times where there's distress and peril upon the land, but the Lord provides his servants to eat and drink and be in a good spirit. But you people, because you know not Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're going to be in a pitiful case. You're going to be downtrodden, Hey, you're going to be through it in these last days. But we see overall Esau got something brewing in the background, as always, plotting. But he can only do what Yahweh Shem Yahushua commands him to do, all right, which he's commanded him to be the sword, man. All right, and the sword he's going to be. So Lord willing, to edify and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Makakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.